G'day, Pete Techman Coman here for another exciting episode of The Tech Effect. And as always, I'm joined by my good friend and I was going to say colleague, but technically that wouldn't be correct, would it?
No.
Associate? I was going to say friend, but yeah.
This is a bit of a stretch,
Yeah, a
right?
bit of a stretch. An acquaintance. My acquaintance.
Just some guy.
Some random guy with a big bushy beard and a hat.
Guy with a beard.
That's it.
Yeah.
And he is known as Mark, the Bearded Tech Scan. Welcome, Mark.
Thanks, Pete. What a great welcome. Awesome introduction.
Exactly.
I'm really excited.
I know. I can tell you're pumped.
Yeah, my heart. Yeah.
And look, we're here at ISE 2020 in Amsterdam, and as we walk around the show, there's one question that we always get asked.
It is. Show us your rig.
Show us your rig.
Right. Show us your rig, mate.
Show us your rig. That's what it is.
Yes.
And so we thought we would do a couple of videos on the rigs that we use to actually capture this fun, exciting content at the shows that we visit around the world.
We did.
That's right.
And we thought we'd call it
Show Us Your Rig. So today's episode, Mark is going to show us your rig, his rig. Your rig, his rig.
Because everybody wants to see my rig.
So if there are any kids at home watching...
tune out now.
Tune out now. Yes.
It's very safe, though. Yes,
Right.
It's all good.
All right.
The rig is fine.
Well, look, you've got a bit of a contraption here. I mean, like this is made up of many components. It's not just a single camera. Can you tell us, what have you got? Where do you want to start?
I'll start at, much to Pete's disgust, I actually use my phone. Now, it does have some fors and against. Obviously, in Amsterdam, it's not so bad.
When you say your phone, you're talking about your everyday phone,
My
right?
everyday phone, yeah? Okay, so the fors is you've always got it, right?
Yep.
Unless you place it down somewhere like maybe someone else did.
As if you would leave it somewhere, like especially at a trade show.
Phones are worth $1,000, you know, so I don't know why you just leave that stuff lying around, but apparently it can happen. Anyway, so it's probably the most expensive part of my whole rig, actually, but
the phone.
Is the phone. Yeah.
Yep.
But the good part of it is you've always got it. The bad part is you've got to make sure you do not disturb your flight modes and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
In Amsterdam, it's not like I'm getting a lot of calls. Okay. In Australia,
Well, we are in Amsterdam, so it wouldn't surprise me if you were getting a lot of calls. And
yes, especially when I'm showing people my rig.
yes, exactly.
So that's just something to be aware of. The good part of this is that I'm using the good camera on that side, right?
What phone are you using?
It's a 10.
10?
10.
Yeah.
The flip side of that is if you flip it round, you can flip it round and you can do selfie mode.
Well, that's very attractive, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that. Everyone's... No,
selfie mode.
Don't worry, you can't. Let's just leave that one.
Yeah.
But you're using the front one, so you go from a 4K camera to a 1080 camera.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right.
But are you filming, when you do film, are you filming in 4K?
I'm filming in 4K.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Just because why not, right? It
you
just goes
can.
up to my cloud and download it and clear it off. And
Must have a big cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big cloud.
Okay.
For a big guy and a big rig, you know.
What's the name of your company?
The Big Picture. There you go. Hey.
Everything's big.
Everything's big. It's not a big. And you want to think I'm an American.
Yeah.
It's like everything's big in America.
From Texas?
Texas, yeah. Big, you know what they say about big feet.
Big shoes.
Big shoes.
That's it.
Big socks.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Anyway, so the other thing I've got here is I've got the DJI Osmo 3.
3. Okay, yep.
All right. Which is they're about $160. They're not actually that expensive. It's good. It's handy. And it's got the adapter so you can just screw on. I'm not going to screw it off now because it could all just fall apart. But look, it's quite simple. It's got a little joystick, for want of a better word, that you can turn this sucker around, move it in and out. You can zoom in here, press record from here, and what's really good, you can double press the button. You can flick your phone like that. It's a DJI app. Obviously, app's free, but it can do time lapse, and I think it's called hyperlapse, isn't it? Slow motion, hyperlapse, panner, all sorts of different things. The time lapse is good, a bit like yours, where you can track. So you can set your point, and you
set a starting point and a finish point.
Yeah, you got four
You got 4 points.
4 points.
Oh, right.
Is mine a little bit better? More...
Well, I've only got 2 points on mine.
Well, there you go.
I'm wondering if the phone gives you more options, though.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay, I have to look into that.
We'll have a look into that one.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I only worked that out 2 days ago. By,
Someone gave him the tip.
Someone gave me a tip because I didn't want his to be better than mine. So I went looking to see if mine had tracking on it and time lapse paths. I think they're called tracking or something like that. And turns out, thanks YouTube,
You found it.
I found it. It was really
YouTube is your friend.
Not that hard. So yeah, that's all that, right? Now,
what do you got audio-wise? So
audio-wise,
that's video-wise.
Yeah, I've got a plethora of leads
you got
and
lots
adapters.
of little
right?
boxes.
So one thing I did, and I'm a little bit Johnny-come-lately here because I admired your rack.
Rig. This is why we warned for the kids not to be
I
watching.
admired your rig.
As many do.
As many do.
Mm-hmm.
But what I worked out is that your rig with the audio is great for 2.
Correct.
So your mixer's only got 2 inputs. So if the Tech Effect, as it's in full swing, and it's like 40 million subscribers.
You keep putting this in front of my face so people can't.
Sorry.
There
could be a reason for
That's
that.
Right.
Is that I found this passive mixer. It was about $80, and it's a 4-input mixer.
Okay.
Right. So we can do interviews up, obviously up to 4 people.
Yeah. Because it's got 4 inputs.
Randomly, yeah, it is,
Wow.
and it
That's
is also
a coincidence.
Passive. Yeah, I don't know what
Yep.
theory around that is, but it's 4 inputs, and I just got 6.5, 6.25 to 3.5 adapter plugs.
Gotcha.
Like this, and my
Careful.
yeah, there's that. We'll get to that beautiful bit of engineering soon. The mics I bought the new Rode Wireless Go, which are really easy, and I took Pete's lead on labelling them. Mine are pretty easy to tell the difference between a transmitter and a receiver. So
They do look similar though, the same size.
they are the same size,
Yes.
but they are really easy. And what I like about it is I can just turn them both on. Obviously, I turn them both on because they're transmitter and receiver. Is that I can literally, if I'm interviewing someone, I can just go bang and you're away.
Yep.
Right. But my lead, is not pretty. I've got the lightning connector to a
0.5 mil.
3.5 mil TRS to an adapter then to TRS and into there. So there's a bit
Lots
of
of
a little,
adapters there.
a little adapter thing
Right.
there. But look,
It works.
it works, all right? And then we're away.
Okay. And you've got some. What's this contraption on the?
Hang on. So let me just finish one with the floor.
The floor.
We think
Yeah.
is that this is 2.4 gig.
Right.
So in a trade show, there's a lot of
A
2.4
lot of wireless.
floating around. So I suspect, and I'll know once we watch all these videos,
How well it's worked.
how well it's worked, if at all. I could be throwing that out and getting.
We'll have to come back next year.
Yeah, well, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it? All right. So the little contraption in here, thanks to my my brother-in-law.
It's a bit of aluminium, right?
It's aluminium. My brother-in-law is a boilie, and he said, "Yeah, I'll make something up because I needed to house all this."
Yep.
Right. So he just made it up, gave me a hole there. We punched it down, and good to go. It
Beautiful.
works. It's not pretty. It's actually really easy, though,
And light.
And light. And I had to make it light because I didn't want the tripod to fall over.
That's
Speaking of tripods,
right. So you have a
that's a
tripod.
great segue.
It is.
into the next bit.
Yes. Amazing.
Right, so the tripod is called three-legged thing.
Aptly named. Yes.
Yeah, and what I was looking for was something with a bit of height, because I looked at yours, and one of the issues here, go there.
Yep.
One of the issues was sometimes when you need height, you're struggling with it.
That's right. It's all about, like they say, yours is longer than mine.
Indeed, and this will, right? This will go to 2
Oh
meters.
my god.
All right.
It's way
The
bigger
problem
than
is
mine.
that you can't reach it when it's fully extended. Okay, so
Jeez. And you can't even see how high it is.
you can't even see it.
Yeah, like that.
So, and that's
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's quite stable, and that's what I was looking for. It's an expensive
Nearly.
monopod. Well, it's about $300.
Gotcha.
Right. So, but I was looking.
Is it heavy?
It's not really heavy. It's No.
But you're a strong guy.
Oh, look, I need a big monopod for a big rig. And look, it's really easy to extend. Typically, I'm just doing the top one and maybe a little bit into the next one.
Gotcha.
And that's getting me a usable height.
Nice.
Right there, okay? So,
I like it.
So that's the tripod, monopod, I should say, three-legged thing. And probably one of the best purchases out of this rig that I've made.
Cool.
So I also have a GoPro. Mine's a bit older than Pete's. It's a GoPro 3. Now I bought this when I was travelling the States, and I used to, and I've got the suction cap thing. Now this sucker is 2 suction caps.
Right.
I can put this on a window, and I can hang off it.
Off the window?
Yeah, off this, like that.
How do you not break the window?
Well, I didn't. Right.
Oh,
So,
right, okay.
so we had a motorhome in the States, and
Right.
and we travelled around. So what I was trying to do was capture content.
Sure.
And I was shooting through the window, and
Gotcha.
I originally went, and I was going, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
getting all the reflection from the
Yeah,
glass.
yeah.
And so I went hunting for this and found this and got completely ripped off in Vegas for $120 US for this thing.
Yikes.
But then I put it on the outside of the motorhome on the
Yeah.
front window.
Yeah.
And I had to try and hang off it because I didn't want to lose it.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
So I just Wi-Fi it from my phone and I could
Gotcha.
turn it on and off. It's good, it's handy, but it also is actually quite handy for if I want to
Yeah.
set it up somewhere.
Yep.
It's good.
So it doubles as a tripod, really.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a suction cap, so you can just suction it to anything
Nice.
and off you go. And it's actually really good. I'm really impressed with it. Now, what I used to do...
What have you got?
What I used to
Jeez,
do
you got
is...
some cables.
Yeah, I've got cables.
Jeez.
Yeah. GoPro actually have mic packs and video packs.
Right.
The new 8, I believe, has got a full pack kit. Like, it's supposed to be really good. But this GoPro 3, I found it. The old issue was audio. If you're using it. So a little adapter here, and it can adapt out, and you can plug a mic into there. And so if you're doing something on the fly, it's good. It's handy.
Nice.
Hard to get. And then I've just got a bucket load of accessories that you
Cables, adapters.
collect
Yep.
as you go, because you work out what works and what doesn't.
Correct.
Right. So
And you've got to be prepared. That's the biggest thing, really, isn't it? You've got to be prepared.
Yeah. So the other strategy that I had when I was doing this was I wanted it to be easy to charge. So everything here.
By the way, see, message just came through. Oh, it disappeared. I missed it. Message just came through.
What I wanted to do was everything is all USB-C
Okay.
to charge it all.
Okay.
Right. So that's one cable.
Yep.
Obviously, you can't charge them all at the same time, but it's quick and easy to charge. Charge off your battery pack.
How do these charge? Oh, USB-C. Yeah. Nice.
So I really like that part. The gimbal's the same USB-C charging, so that's a really good thing of that.
Nice.
And I'm the same. Carry a battery pack
Yep.
when I can find it.
Yeah. That's right. Oh, that reminds me.
Yeah. Yes. It's
I'm missing a battery pack.
yeah. I really liked it. It's got an Avixa stamp on it.
It has.
Yeah. Free plug. All right. So that is my rig.
That's your rig. Fantastic. Well, look, that is amazing, and you can see. Look, whatever, and I think the key to all this is whatever works for you, right? What are you trying to do? That comes down to the type of camera that you use, the type of microphones you use. What are you trying to achieve out of all this? There's not necessarily one better than the other. It's just what's more practical.
And it's what it's. I think the thing is that as well is it's just don't be in a hurry. Just work it out as you go. Buy a bit here and there, and go and then change it if it's not working. So otherwise, you try and go in a hurry, it just costs you a fortune.
No, that's right. And you don't know. You don't know what works for you, right?
Yeah, that's right. So
fascinating.
it's my rig gets a lot of attention, as does yours.
That's true.
But it is.
Even when we're not at trade shows.
Yeah, well. Anyway,
that's fantastic. Look, look. I hope everyone back home enjoyed seeing Mark's rig. I know I did. I'm glad we all got to check it out together.
It's way less awkward when you do it together.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Thank you, Mark. That's great stuff.
Thanks, Pete.
All right, and
so
yes. Some parting words.
We're going to throw it out, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, if you have a killer rig,
yes,
right, maybe you should show us yours.
Show us your rig.
Show us your rig, right?
Great idea.
This could be something that goes
could catch on.
Yeah, it could catch on.
Exactly.
Right, so
we've showed you our rig. We want to see your rig.
This is the launch of
show us your rig.
mate.
All right.
All right.
Thanks. That's great.
Send us a quick vid or just a list if you got some stuff and tips. We're always open.
Yep. Sounds great.
All right.
All right. Thanks,
Till next
guys.
time.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.